Scorpio
The storm had
Bumpus.
rolled in hard and sudden, shaking the trees with its fury and smothering the mountain pass in darkness. Red Carver sat by the dying
Luna, this is
fire,
very, very,
sharpening
very nice.
a blade out of habit more than
Luna
need.
Path. Look at you
Solitude
cross-stitching.
suited him. After 3 years off-grid in the Sierra Wilds,
already. Nice.
he
Scorpio
trusted silence
Bumpus.
more than people.
Here we go.
So when the sharp knock came, loud and insistent against his cabin door, it hit him like a gunshot. He froze.
Yeah, the frame looks beautiful.
No one came this far. Not unless they were desperate. Or dangerous.
Okay. So
The knife slipped silently into its
Mario,
sheath.
this is gorgeous. I'm
Red grabbed the
very
old
excited. Do you have
shotgun off
plans
the
for
rack
this?
and pressed
Do you know
himself
what you're gonna
against the
make with
wall
this
beside the door.
gorgeous
His
fiber.
breath slowed. Another knock followed, this one weaker, almost
I
trembling.
have one crochet and
He
one
inhaled
knit,
through his
so
nose, then
this
yanked
time
the
it's a
door
knit one.
open
Oh,
in
okay,
one
okay.
motion.
It looks good.
Shotgun
It looks good. I love the
raised.
yarn.
A
A
figure
shawl,
stood there in the
probably. I
rain.
haven't decided. Okay.
Slender, tall,
I wanna eat that fiber,
unmistakably
right?
female. She had orange
really
fur,
pretty.
matted with water.
Really, really pretty.
Her vulpine ears
And
pressed
we
low
saw
against her
the
sleek
bobbin
auburn hair.
on Mario's new spinning wheel.
Glowing
last
green eyes
week.
met his, full of tension,
Oh yeah, so
desperation, and something else.
I think it's still
Something
up for
wild.
sale.
Please,
Oh,
she
up
said,
until Sunday,
her voice
March 15th,
silky
so
and
this weekend.
unsteady. They're close.
Stone Knits now has a
Red
new
didn't lower the gun.
sock
She
pattern.
wavered,
it's,
barely standing.
It's voids, it's pigeons,
Who the hell
and
are you?
ducks. It's very
He growled.
cute.
She turned
It's called
slightly,
Lucian.
looking over her shoulder toward the
This is a cute bag
storm-lashed
that,
forest.
Tuna Basil's
I
gonna be
don't have
making.
time,
So adorable.
she said.
All right.
If you let me stay,
spin
I'll
to
give you something no
win
human woman ever could.
2026?
Rhett's finger twitched near the trigger. Every
Jamie,
instinct
these are
screamed
gorgeous.
danger.
These purples are
But
beautiful.
another part, older, deeper,
Wait,
whispered
is this going to
something
be
else.
for your Yum?
Without a word, he stepped aside. She stepped in. And with that
thinking
single
1,
choice,
3,
Red Carver's
5.
quiet life
Okay.
ended forever.
Yeah, I
The
could see
cabin
that.
door shut behind her with a
This is
hollow
going to be
thud.
4.
Rain lashed against the wooden walls,
It literally,
but the silence inside was
glows, and
deafening.
the color transitions
Red kept
are
the
so good.
shotgun
I can't wait.
raised,
Oh, it's going to be
his
so fun to
eyes
spin.
following the trail of water dripping
Also,
from the
rejoice for
intruder's
me.
soaked
I got
fur.
a seat
She
on
stood near
my
the fireplace,
local yarn
arms
store's
crossed
party
over her
bus to YarnCon next
Her
month.
black bodysuit clung
Lady
to
T,
her curves,
congratulations.
damp
That
and
is so
clinging
fun.
like a second skin.
Oh my
A
god.
long
well,
orange tail
okay, so
curled
is it,
behind her.
are
its
you
tip
going to be
twitching
traveling
nervously.
to
You can
various...
put the gun
okay,
down,
Wait, you said YarnCon.
she said softly,
What
without
is
turning.
that?
If I wanted to kill
I mean,
you,
it sounds like
you'd
my type
already
of
be dead.
convention.
That's supposed to be comforting?
Yeah, Jamie, these are
Red
beautiful.
muttered.
and
Finally,
then Jody
she faced him, eyes
finished up
glowing
her
faintly in
hat,
the
so
firelight.
I finished it, and I think I
My
have enough
name
for
is
another
Sarah
one.
Wyan, she said, and I'm not here to
Open
hurt
up.
you. Could
This
have
is
fooled
really,
me,
really nice.
Red replied, not lowering the weapon.
Yeah, Jody did a good
You're
job.
not human.
Look at
No.
that.
She said simply. I'm not.
Jody, I think might be
Silence
officially
stretched
our
between them,
first
broken only by the
completed
soft crackle
project
of the
in
fire.
Spin to Win.
Sarah Wyan
So
stepped
Jody
out of
so
the puddle
far
forming at her feet,
is a winner.
slowly removing her soaked gloves. Faint scars marked her hands, thin,
Yarn
almost
and Fiber
invisible, but old.
convention.
You
in
hungry?
Chicago.
Red asked
That's
after a beat,
amazing, Lady T.
surprising even
All
himself.
right, I'm gonna check that out when
She
we're
blinked.
done Discord.
Yes.
Um,
He motioned with
I
the
may
barrel
have
of
spun
the
most
shotgun.
of my second fly
Sit.
today. Mario,
Table's
this
clean.
is beautiful. This is gonna be
She
so
walked
fun
over
when
slowly,
it's flied up.
boots squelching slightly with each step,
So cool.
and eased herself into the chair across from the fire.
Yeah, I love that.
Red backed toward the kitchen counter,
Okay,
pulling out a
here's
sealed
the
tin of
yarn.
smoked trout and
This is
some
before
hard
Jody
bread.
finished the hat.
He set them down between them with a clang.
So nice.
She didn't hesitate. Tearing into
All
the
right,
food with
okay.
deliberate, graceful movements, she looked every bit
Double
like
knit
a
along.
soldier
Okay,
in
so
recovery.
Mario, you were at page
She
4.
sat across from her, gun still resting across his lap.
Wait, you finished,
watching,
right? You finished page
waiting.
4. Never mind. Thank
After
you.
a
Sometimes
moment, he said, "You're being
I'm
hunted."
like worried
She paused,
about it, but
a
then
flake
other
of
times
fish
I'm like,
halfway
oh
to her
yes.
mouth.
Oh, what are you worried about
Yes.
it for, Mario?
By who?
What is
Not
the worry?
who, she said
That
quietly.
it's not going to be contrasty enough?
Red's jaw flexed. Sarah Wyan met
It's
his
going to be for your
gaze
Jaunty,
evenly.
right?
They're not like you.
Yeah.
They don't
here,
ask
here, guys,
questions.
This is, Peso was
They
the
don't
one I
show
was
mercy.
working on the other day.
They're not here to arrest me.
He is done.
They're here to erase me. And why would anyone want to do that?
Just double knit
She
the other
leaned
day.
back slightly,
Very
her
nice.
fur drying in the fire's warmth.
But
Because
yeah,
I'm
your
not
ticket
supposed
gets
to
you
be
a
alive.
seat on the bus as well
That
as
hung in the
lunch
air
at
like
one of the places out there.
Red stood,
There's
crossed
games
to
and
the window,
prizes, a goodie
and parted the
bag on the
curtain
bus
just enough to
too.
peek
Obviously, anything you
Outside,
want to buy at the
darkness
convention
pressed
is on
in
your own.
around the
That
cabin.
sounds so
But
fun.
it wasn't just the
Lady T,
storm
and you're gonna
that
be, like, with
unsettled him now.
You're going to be with like-minded
Something
people.
else was
That's
coming.
fun.
And it was
Best
coming
part,
fast.
Now I don't have to drive
Red's
to
breath
Chicago.
misted
in
on the cold window
Chicago
pane.
traffic. Oh yeah.
Through the
no,
downpour,
there's nothing like
the dense woods that surrounded his
there's
cabin
nothing
were
that beats,
swallowed in
like,
blackness. except
a
for one
bus
unnatural light
or
far
a
off
train
between the
ride
trees.
to some place that
A
you know
glint
what I
of
mean. Like
something
whenever I go
metallic.
to New York, when I
Then
go to the
gone.
city, like New York City,
He turned.
I'll hop on
They tracking you?
a bus to do it.
Sarah Wyan
And
didn't
it's
answer right away.
So I've also
She
been in
sat
a car
still, eyes fixed on the
and
fire,
rode with
tail
someone
curled around one leg.
to New York City, and that
Not
was
anymore,
not fun.
she said finally. I disabled my
The
signal
twist
days
seems
ago.
kind of high,
But if they were
and the
close,
Tweety bits are
they
thick
might
and
have picked
thin.
up residual traces.
But I think 3-ply.
Then
might
we've
work.
got a
Okay,
problem.
Yeah, I think so, Mario.
He moved quickly
yeah,
now,
I think it will.
grabbing the
It'll
old
be
leather
fine.
satchel
It's
by
gonna
the
look so
door
good.
and checking the rounds in his backup
but
pistol.
your Sailor Moon
He
is
tossed her
looking
a
really,
folded
really
towel
good.
without looking.
I started
Dry
to get
off.
a little worried. I'm like,
You're
damn it, I
not
gotta
bleeding,
catch
are
up
you?
because
No, she said,
I'm more
catching
than
it
halfway
with
through
ease.
the fifth
Not
page.
yet.
It's fine. It's fine.
She toweled off her arms briskly.
All right, for
orange
fan photos.
fur fluffed
Oh
slightly
my
now
God,
that it was no
Lacey.
longer plastered down.
Look at Sadie.
Her body looked powerful beneath the sleek black
Look at
material.
that face. That
sinewy
is a
muscle,
happy,
not
happy
just
pup.
form.
Aw,
She was built like someone who had fought her entire
look at that
life.
sweet face.
She spoke again. I never meant to come here. I didn't even think Earth had survivors like you anymore.
Knobs and grubs. I'm just
Most
trying to think
don't.
if I opened anything.
That's the point. Red checked the latches on the windows, one by one. Then he
might
paused,
be it.
listening.
If I
A
miss
low
anything,
whine,
guys, let me know.
almost
We're about to go
inaudible,
into ads in a
pierced
couple
through the
seconds.
rain. They're here, Sarah Wyan
But thank
whispered.
you for
Before Red could
contributing.
respond,
Thank you for
a black
sharing.
shape
I'm
crested the
grateful.
ridge
You
at the edge
guys
of the woods.
are
A craft,
amazing.
sleek and silent, barely
I
distinguishable from the storm
I stayed
clouds
way
behind
past
it.
my bedtime because I couldn't
Its
bring
underside
myself to
glowed
disturb
faintly
her.
purple, illuminating
Yeah, I
the
would.
treetops.
Yeah, I would. Same.
Red grabbed the shotgun
gosh,
from
you're
the
just, like,
table
totally
and looked
kicking
at
my-
her. You said if I let
Kicking
you
my
in,
wheel.
you'd give me something no human woman ever could. Sarah Wyan stood slowly. Her eyes burned in the firelight. I will. Good, he said. Because I've got a feeling I'm about to earn it. The low hum of the alien ship grew louder, closer, until the trees outside bent under the force of its descent. Lights cut through the mist, white and sterile. A search beam swept across the cabin, searing through the windows. Red dropped the curtain. We're out of time. Sarah Wyan stepped toward him, her voice low and deadly calm. If you fight for me, there's no going back. He looked at her, jaw set. I never wanted to go back. Outside, metallic doors hissed open, and footsteps began to fall. The ship settled just beyond the clearing, engines humming in a low, menacing thrum that vibrated the floor beneath Red's boots. He and Sarah Wyan crouched near the hearth, weapons ready, eyes locked on the front of the cabin. Then came the knock, louder than before. But it wasn't desperate this time. It was authoritative. They'll
No
scan
marbles.
for heat signatures,
No marbles, Dywick.
Sarah Wyan murmured. They already know we're inside.
Bella!
They want to be invited
your-
in,
I
Red
had your
said
stream up
darkly.
earlier. Hold on.
Makes the kill easier.
Welcome in,
Another knock.
Raiders.
Then silence. Red moved
that
toward the
window?
door, motioning for her to stay low.
Bella, how
She
are
shook
you
her head
doing?
and
I saw
joined
you
him
were
anyway,
spinning.
crouching opposite him with a fluid grace only someone with combat training, or a lifetime on the
Fire
run,
was beautiful.
could
I love
muster.
the colors.
Red took a breath, then cracked the door open an inch. 3 figures stood in the rain. They were tall,
Oh, we're in
taller than
ads.
Sarah Wyan, with broad shoulders and angular helmets that obscured most of their faces. Their armor was
Hey,
black
Bella,
and steel
how are you
etched with
doing?
pale
I don't know if
violet
you guys are
runes
stuck in
that
ads
shimmered
just
in the
yet.
rain.
Well, welcome
And beneath
in. Hey,
those helmets glowed eerie
Mako. No
green
marbles.
lights.
No marbles.
Eyes, perhaps, or something worse.
Thank you,
One of
Mako.
them stepped forward.
Bella, how was stream
The leader.
tonight?
He
I
didn't
saw that you were
bother with
spinning. I
introductions.
love the fiber. It's really,
We seek
really
a
pretty.
fugitive, the alien said, voice resonating unnaturally through the air. She is property of the Ketheri Dominion. She has no rights under your law. Red didn't move. Can't help you, he said evenly. Storm blew in. Been inside all night. You are lying. The
Stream
hunter's
was good?
voice
Nice,
was flat,
nice.
mechanical.
Okay, awesome.
We detected trace
yeah, what
emissions.
fiber were you spinning?
She is here. A second figure
I said,
raised
the
a
colors
small
are
scanning
gorgeous.
device. It let out a pulse, like a sonar ping.
We also just
Sarah
we were
Wyan
just
flinched
over
beside
on
him.
Discord, and we
Red's
saw
grip on the
lovely,
shotgun tightened.
yarn
You've got
that you
no
had just
authority
completed
here.
Recently.
We have
I love the
authority
greens in
everywhere,
that one.
the alien said, stepping closer. Open this door
I
fully
was too
or be
tired
removed.
to embroider. I don't.
He
blame
made
you.
it halfway
Don't
up the
blame you at
porch
all.
before Red fired. The blast tore
Pulse
through the
worth
narrow opening, slamming
From,
into the hunter's
Shirsty
chest.
Cat. Oh, okay.
It
oh,
didn't
nice.
kill him, but it sure
Oh,
as
very
hell
cool.
knocked
I
him
still
off
have
the
not spun
steps.
Polworth yet.
Sarah
Very
Wyan
nice.
sprang up.
Oh, well, that's
More
exciting.
coming.
How are you liking it?
Red grabbed her wrist and yanked her back as energy bolts streaked through the door, scorching black holes through the cabin walls. Back exit, he barked. They sprinted to the trapdoor beneath the storage shelves. Red kicked the latch and threw it open, revealing the steep tunnel that led into the hillside behind the cabin.
Very nice. How far are you into it now?
Sarah Wyan dropped in behind him.
You love it? Nice.
As they disappeared into the earth,
tried it before.
the cabin
Much
above
better
them
than other
exploded
blends I've
in
tried
light
from them.
and sound.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
The hunters had stopped knocking. The
That
tunnel was
I'm
narrow
gonna have to
and
add that to
cold,
my list.
carved out years
I've
ago
heard
as a paranoid
lovely things
insurance
about
policy
Pulver, but
Red
I've
had
never
hoped
tried
he'd
it.
never need.
I have one
Now,
more
as
inch
thunder rolled
before I
overhead
start to
and debris
decrease this.
crashed
I'm
down
excited.
behind them,
Mako,
it became
congratulations.
their only
Very,
hope
very
of
nice.
escape.
Did you use
Sarah
what type of yarn
Wyan
did you
moved
use
with
for that? Was
eerie
it
agility
self-striping
behind
or
him,
was that
even as
like
smoke
a
drifted down through the cracks in the ceiling above.
like a stash?
Her breathing was steady,
Not stash.
controlled. It made Rhett wonder just how
God.
many times she'd run for her life.
Like a leftover
How long's
scrap
this tunnel?
scrap yarn
She
project.
asked, her voice tight. Runs
Vala
a quarter
is,
mile.
That is so gorgeous, guys. If
Comes
you,
out near a dry
if
creek
you do not
bed.
know who Vala
Stay
is,
low.
Vala Ragnar,
Some sections
amazing
sag.
streamer.
The roar of collapsing wood echoed back
She
down
is a
the tunnel.
spinner, a knitter,
a
but
sharp reminder that their time was
her
measured in
special-
seconds.
which are both lovely, by the way.
They'll
She's
follow,
an amazing spinner, an
she
amazing
said grimly.
knitter, but also
They're
just
welcome
this
to try.
most incredible
Red
embroidery
muttered.
artist.
Eventually, the tight
so
corridor
detailed,
widened into a
and
sloping
these epic
crawl
projects
space.
that she works on.
A wooden ladder
you
led up
should
to a
definitely give her
concealed
follow.
hatch.
Very chill.
Red climbed first,
Stream,
carefully lifting
very
the lid
inviting,
and scanning
very
the clearing.
welcoming.
Rain
Great
had
to
softened
talk
to mist,
into or just
and
lurk.
no lights pierced the trees
find
ahead.
myself lurking many times
Clear,
in Vala's
he
streams,
whispered.
So
They emerged into the soaked underbrush, pine
yeah,
needles
just really,
slick
really
underfoot.
amazing streamer.
Red closed the hatch and pulled
No,
branches
I'm
back
doing
over
those
it.
stripes. Oh, you're doing
Won't
those
hold
yourself.
if they scan
Okay.
from metal.
I bought these mini skeins
muttered.
from because the
But it
local
might
yarn
buy us
store
a
had
few
a
minutes.
very good
Sarah Wyan
display
stood beside him now,
with the little
hair damp
skeins
and wild,
and a
her
sample
orange fur
muscle bra.
bristling
Oh,
with
nice!
tension.
It's very cool. Yeah,
The
I was
green
wondering
eyes
like
flashed as she
if that
looked
was
back toward
intentional,
the glowing
'cause
plume
if not,
of
that
fire
was
curling into the sky above
happy
Rhett's
accident.
destroyed cabin. That was your home,
It looks really,
she
really
said
good.
quietly.
Well, that's exciting.
Was,
That's even more
he
exciting.
replied. Past tense.
Still awake.
She looked at him carefully.
I'm not shocked.
You didn't
Sky,
have to help
but
me. I know.
do what
Then
you need
why?
to take care of yourself.
Red exhaled. Because you weren't lying. And because whatever those bastards are, they didn't come to talk. A long silence
don't know if
followed
knows
before
marbles
Sarah
will.
Wyan murmured. Then we need to move.
Soothe
The
you
Kethery
to
don't
sleep.
fail twice. Kethery. Rhett repeated, tasting the word.
Well, Raiders, welcome
that
in.
what they
Bella,
are.
again, thank you
They're
so much
worse,
for the raid.
she said.
I am
Soldiers grown
grateful.
in biovats. No soul.
As always, though,
No
if you have to do
doubts.
some post-stream
Just
stuff
orders.
or
She pulled a small
get a bite
device
to
from
eat,
her
take care of
suit.
yourself.
Cracked,
Those marbles
sparking
solve.
faintly.
No, they do not, Mario.
What's that?
They cause
My
more
emergency
problems.
beacon. She said.
Yeah, I've been
It's
reluctant
dead,
to
but
knit
there's a ship
with
hidden
finger
about
weight
5
yarn
miles from
because I
here.
have the attention
parked it
span of a
before they
goldfish,
found
but
me.
changing colors whenever
Stealth field? He
I
asked.
kind of got bored has carried
Partial.
me. No, that's great. Yeah,
She
yeah,
said.
yeah. I
They
am.
probably didn't detect it.
Yes, there are certain yarns
Yet.
that are self-striping,
Rhett
like
looked
Nora
out at the
yarns. I know
forest.
some people hate Nora.
Then
but
let's
I
move.
I do have a soft
They
spot for
vanished
Nora
into
yarn.
the trees, the
and like
ruins
the
of his
Corian
former
or
life
Silk
burning
Garden,
behind them.
Like when I would make a
While
project
ahead,
with that,
a storm of fate
like,
waited to be
all right,
kindled.
I'm
The
going to knit
forest swallowed
this
them
color, and I just want to see what the
The
next
further
color
they
is going to
got
look
from
like
the
next to
smoking
it.
wreckage of
And
Rhett's
then I just
cabin,
keep on going.
the thicker the
it's
mist
like,
became,
it's
rolling low over the pine-covered hills like
nonstop.
breath from an
I'm
ancient
trying to
beast.
figure out why my
Each step was
camera is
muffled
messing
by
up
damp
right
earth,
now. How's
but
it messing
neither of
up,
them
Bella?
spoke. The silence between Rhett and Sarah Wyan wasn't
What is,
uncomfortable. It was survival.
What is it doing?
Branches snapped in the distance. Rhett raised his hand,
Was
halting
it towards
her.
the end of stream?
Sarah
that it
Wyan
was
dropped
messing up?
into a crouch, her tail curling low behind her. She sniffed the air subtly, fox-like instincts flaring in her glowing green eyes. Not Kethery, she whispered. Something else. Something feral. Red kept his shotgun raised as they inched forward. Whatever the noise was, it moved away, clumsy,
No, it was
heavy,
all of stream.
untrained.
Oh,
Maybe a bear, he muttered.
that's interesting. I mean,
Let's
stream
hope,
looked okay
she said,
when
not
I was
sounding
watching.
convinced. After another hour of weaving through ancient pines and crossing narrow, icy streams, Sarah
the
Wyan finally
focus
stopped
has gone all
and pointed
wonky.
toward a
Oh.
mossy hill.
Oh,
There, she
Oh,
said,
that's so
breathless.
weird.
Inside that ridge. Rhett raised an eyebrow. Your ship's in a hill? It's under it. She pressed her palm against the base of the hill and
No,
a shimmer
I did not
flickered,
notice that.
revealing
sorry,
a
Bella.
triangular hole mostly buried beneath roots
I think I
and
just got it to
stone.
work. Okay.
A faint humming started beneath their feet as the
Isn't it
stealth
always fun
field
when
slowly
something goes wrong
unraveled.
in stream and
The
you're like,
entry hatch
well,
slid
the only
open
way to
with a
fix
soft
it
hiss.
is to exit out
They
of stream.
stepped
And you're like,
inside.
I don't want to do that though.
The air was instantly warmer,
Okay, Bella.
sterile
Well, I'm
and
glad
metallic,
you were able to fix
with
it.
soft violet lighting
That is like
illuminating
me.
a sleek
And Kazma
interior.
is always up here.
Console panels blinked to life along the cockpit as Sarah Wyan
His
strode
brilliant
forward,
self always
her
saving the
posture
day
straightening
because
with familiarity.
I'm like, what did I do?
Still functional, she said, running her
I do
claws
not know
across the display.
how my camera works
Stealth
either.
thrusters only.
Well,
No
I don't
main
know
engines.
how my camera works.
Why?
Not either, just me.
She didn't answer right away. Because I was shot down 3 weeks ago, she said finally. The main drive's cooked. I rerouted emergency systems to cloak it. I planned to fix it once I stopped bleeding. Red gave a low whistle. Hell of a plan. Sarah Wyan turned and met his eyes.
My ear.
It got me this far.
Hope I'm not getting an ear
Red
infection.
dropped his
I've had
pack
one-
and leaned
I haven't
against
had
the
one in
curved
a
wall.
very, very, very long
So what
time.
now?
Well,
We
my
wait
ear
for
has
them
been
to find
hurting
us.
today, off and on.
No, she said.
I don't know what's
We make
causing it.
sure
I think
they
it's my
don't.
sinuses.
She pulled a sleek blade
Some
from
point today
beneath
it
the
was
control
crackly.
panel and set it on the tray beside the medkit.
I don't understand it personally.
to cut
just
something
fiddle
out of
with
me.
things until
Red
it works
blinked.
right. I mean, that's
What?
probably the best way
The last tracer. It's under the skin. Lower back.
to find out how
I couldn't reach it on
things
my
work.
own. He
And I'm
stared
always
at her.
afraid to do that.
She started removing the upper layer of her suit, revealing her bare back and the violet-toned fur along her spine. Just above her hip, a faint scar pulsed with soft green light. Red sighed, pulling out a scalpel from the kit. You sure? I trust you, she whispered. He knelt beside her, steel in hand. All right
I
then.
think the one thing I
he
find
muttered.
annoying. Oh,
Hold
there you go.
still.
Thank you for checking in, Bella.
Red
Thank you for
steadied his
checking in.
hand, sweat
And the one thing
gathering at
that's
his
also
brow
really
as
annoying
he
is that,
angled
like,
the
a
scalpel
lot of things
just
that you're
above the
buying now
glowing scar nestled
don't-
under Sarah
the
Wyan's
instructions
fur.
are like online.
The
They're
tracer
not,
pulsed
you
with
don't
faint
have an
green
instruction
light.
booklet.
Buried
I
deep,
think the most recent,
likely
like my
laced with
Bose
nerve tendrils to make removal help.
earbuds.
This is going to hurt.
All the instructions are
He
online.
muttered.
I'm like, why is that?
I've had worse, Sarah Wyan
Well, at
said
least
through
it will
gritted
look
teeth,
right next to him.
gripping the
Okay.
edge of the bench.
I mean,
Just do it. Red exhaled and
Yep,
began the
okay.
incision. Her body
That's
flinched,
obnoxious
muscles
that you have to go
spasming as
online
the
for
blade
instructions.
slid into flesh. She didn't scream. She didn't even curse. Just clenched her jaw so tightly he thought she might break teeth. The tracer was smaller than he'd expected, no larger than a fingernail, but embedded like a tick. He dug carefully, using the tweezers to grip the edge of it.
oh god,
Sarah Wyan
flat
let out a
pack
strangled
things
breath.
that just
Her
give you
claws
a
scraped the metal bench,
QR code to
tail
scan
rigid.
it for instructions and make me
Almost
want to
there.
set things on fire.
Red
It is
muttered.
awful. I'm
With
trying
one
to think
final
if my
tug,
camera,
it came
which
loose.
is an
A
older
shard
camera,
of alien tech slick with blood
Kazma
and
found
still
it new,
blinking faintly.
but
Red dropped it
trying to
into
get
a
that
steel
booklet.
tray and immediately smashed it with the butt of his
can't
knife.
remember. But my
It
my
sparked
Bose,
once,
and they're
then
Bose. I
died.
feel like
Sarah Wyan sagged
you-
forward,
you're
her
supposed to
head
have a good
low,
reputation.
arms
Why are
shaking.
you going the cheap route?
Done, he said softly. She slowly straightened, turning her head toward him. Her fur was damp with sweat, but her eyes, they burned. Thank you, she whispered. Rhett wiped the blood from his hands and turned away.
That's the thing.
more
Not everyone
shaken than
has
he
a
let on.
smartphone or a phone
had
that can do
patched
that.
bullet
Yeah,
wounds
no,
before.
exactly. It's
Stitch
obnoxious.
torn
It really
flesh.
is just awful.
But this was different. This wasn't just survival. This was trust. Sarah Wyan eased off the bench, wrapping a bandage around her waist. She walked toward him slowly, her movements deliberate despite the pain. You didn't ask questions, she said. Most humans would have. I figured if I needed answers, you'd give them. She tilted her head, her glowing green eyes scanning him. You're not what I expected from this planet. And you're not what I expected from an alien fugitive. A small smile tugged at her lips. Her tail flicked gently behind her as she stepped closer. I owe you my
I
life,
get it.
Red
In
Carver.
theory, the saving is
He
not
swallowed.
bring something.
It's
But
not
I
a
guess
debt.
the environmental
It
impact.
feels like one,
when I
she
think
said
on it,
quietly.
but it really goes to
But
feel
not
like
the kind I
manufacturers
plan
have
to
cheaped
repay
out
with words.
when they do
The
that.
space
Yeah,
between
I
them
feel that
shrank.
way as well,
Her
Makos, because I
warmth
also
radiated
feel
into
like
the cabin, and he could
it's
smell
always
her
nice to
now.
have.
Smoke and rain.
I feel like
and
the
something
internet is
faintly
not
electric.
forever. I mean, in ways it
She
is,
leaned
but in
in.
many ways it's not.
Her
You know what I
voice
mean?
was
And
low.
that like.
Would it scare you if I told you I don't want to be
Like,
alone
I can
tonight?
turn to like
Red
a lot
didn't
of
step
older
back.
electronics.
No.
And if they have booklets,
Would it scare
can,
you?
for the
She
most
said even
part,
softer.
get them to work.
If I said I've
or
never
know
wanted
how
to
they
feel
function.
more human?
But are things
heart
made in
thudded
such
like
a way
a war
now
drum.
that they're meant to be thrown
She
away
leaned
that
in,
they don't
lips
even bother
inches
to
from
make any
his.
instructions for them anymore?
Then shut up,
I
she
feel like it's
whispered,
an accessibility
and
issue
let me
and
be
not
yours for
include,
one night.
to not include
he did.
physical
Their lips
instructions.
met in
Yeah.
a collision that
Yeah.
neither of them had fully planned.
My last
yet
computer
both
came
had
with
silently
online setup
anticipated.
instructions only.
Sarah
Never
Wyand's kiss
occurred
was
to them that
fierce,
maybe
hot,
if I needed
like
a new
touching
computer
a live
that
wire, and
I
Red
didn't
didn't
have
pull
a
away.
computer to get the
He
instructions
gripped her
on. Yeah.
waist, feeling
It
the
makes no
taut
sense.
strength beneath her fur,
I'm so sick of
and
scanning
drew her
QR
closer
codes.
until their bodies pressed together in the glow of the ship's
I
interior
had
lights.
to
Sarah
scan-
Wyand exhaled
hold on.
into him.
I had to
her claws
scan
curling
one to check
lightly at the base
for
of his
a
neck.
vaccine appointment
She
and
moved with
Walgreens.
purpose, not
A
hesitation.
half hour after
There
my
was no
appointment, they
coyness in
still
her,
hadn't
no
called me.
pretense.
I had the
Her desires
confirmation
were
that I
honest,
checked in,
hungry, and
but
wild.
it didn't register on their
When
side.
she pulled
oh my
back
God,
just
Moon
far
Path,
enough to
that's-
look him in the
it's
eyes,
stupid.
her breath caught.
Yes, 100%. Everything is
You're
built to be
burning out.
disposable now. Yeah.
So are you.
I'm just.
Red muttered, brushing a
mean,
lock of
remember
hair
repair
behind
shops?
one of her
I mean, is
tall,
anyone old enough to
twitching
remember
ears.
repair shops?
She smiled. Good. They moved together again, lips finding lips, and then more. Her suit slid down her shoulders, revealing toned-furred arms and elegant curves beneath. Her orange fur shimmered under the violet lighting of the
Repair
ship.
shops. Yeah.
Her body a
Welcome
canvas
to
of scars
late
and
stage
stories.
capitalism. I mean, for real.
A warrior's beauty, raw, powerful,
old enough to remember
untamed.
and old enough to
Red's
still
shirt was
snip
tugged
them
away
out.
with impatient
Yeah,
fingers,
like I mean,
and soon flesh met fur, heat met heat.
there
Their
were
breaths filled the
places
small
you could get your
cabin
sewing
as they sank
machines
together
repaired.
onto the padded bench beside the console.
Charm remembers. Hey, Ken,
Sarah
how are you
Wyand was
doing?
unlike anyone he'd ever touched.
Repair
Warm,
shops was
alive,
always my
her fur
dad's
silken under his
barn.
palms.
Was always my dad's barn.
She
and
arched
still
beneath
is.
him,
Rosewood,
letting him
welcome
feel
in.
every inch of her, giving herself over completely in that moment not as a fugitive
no,
or a
it's-
queen, but as a woman. The ship hummed gently around them, a cocoon separating them from the cold and the chaos
right down the street
outside.
from me growing up,
Time
we
blurred.
had tons of repair
Later,
shops. Gosh,
as they lay
even
in a
across
tangle
the
of
street
limbs and
of where I
tangled thoughts,
grew up,
Sarah
there was
Wyand
a
rested her head
tent
on Red's
repair
chest, her tail
shop.
draped loosely over
Someone
his
who
thigh.
worked out of their living room.
I never
and
thought
repaired
I'd feel
tents.
safe again, she whispered. Red stroked her
Because my
back
dad, I
gently.
remember he had an old,
You're not safe yet,
like huge
I know,
army tent.
she said,
that
nuzzling closer.
he had repaired.
But
a
for
couple
once,
times.
I can pretend I am. They didn't speak for a while
We
after
had
that.
TV repair
Outside,
places,
thunder
washing
rolled faintly in the
machines.
distance.
Yeah, it's just. I mean,
But
I don't
inside, wrapped in warmth and war-born
Sound
comfort,
old.
Rhett and Sarah
But
Wyand
it's
drifted
like I think
into a
everything's
fragile
just made to be
sleep.
thrown away.
Two warriors
We don't even
in the eye
have
of the
anyone
storm.
in the valley that does
Red awoke
that does
with a jolt.
appliance repair anymore.
The
We
ship's
have to
lights
get
had dimmed to
someone
standby mode,
from 2.5
casting the
hours
cabin
away.
in a soft,
Yeah, luckily
pulsing twilight.
there is a repair
Beside
a guy
him,
who goes
Sarah Wyand
you know,
was already awake,
to your house to repair
propped on
appliances.
one elbow, ears twitching.
They just repaired
You
my
hear
mom's
that? She
issue
whispered.
she had with her stove.
He held his breath. Then it came again.
Yep.
A distant
good old
crack,
dad
like
fix-it
dry
shop,
wood
yeah.
snapping beneath something heavy.
You're not old enough
Not
yet
thunder.
to be
Not nature.
some young guns
Boots.
old person. Get yourself
found
a
the
few
trail.
old people to know how
He
to
muttered,
work on things.
already sitting
and
up.
learn from them.
Sarah Wyand
When
was
we were
on her
in
feet in a
Japan,
heartbeat, pulling her suit back on in swift, practiced
Not gonna
movements.
Broadway.
The
which
tracer's
is an
gone,
old,
but they would have
old
locked in
mall.
on your cabin's location.
Definitely from like the 70s
All they
and
need is
80s.
a good drone sweep to
On the-
follow us here,
The very bottom,
Then
the
we
basement,
can't wait for
they
a
had
siege,
like a
Brett said.
where people could
We move.
gather
Now,
and learn electronics.
Sarah Wyand nodded and jogged
and
to the
just
cockpit.
sit there and work on stuff.
The navigation
And
panel
there
flickered
were
to
a lot of
life
young
under
people,
her
but
claws.
there were a lot of old people there
Short-range
who were
stealth
just,
thrusters
you
are
know, old folk
operational.
who would teach.
We can fly
just
out
work
of
on their own
range,
stuff,
but not
and
off
then, 'cause
world.
They had all the tools. They
We
would,
need a
they
full
would
core
provide all the
ignition for that.
tools. And this was just in
Where's the closest place to get
2015,
one?
2016. I just
Red
thought it was
asked,
so cool.
slinging his gear over his shoulder.
'Cause you would see them
Her tail
kinda
flicked.
looking at like
There's a black
sitting at
market
tables and
refueling
just
station in the Strahl
cracking open.
Expanse, about 1,000 clicks west. But it's risky.
I was doing a lot
I'm
better
already
an
neck deep
hour
in
ago
alien
before I
bounty
got
squads.
tagged in to
Brett
help my
said,
niece with her math
"What's one
homework
more
over
risk?"
the- Oh no, Cam, I'm
She
so sorry.
smiled, grim but real. You're not a
Our
bad
sewing
liar
machine
for a
repair
human.
shop
Years
went
of
out
practice,
of business.
he said.
When the shopping center
Let's get out of
it
here.
was in caught on fire.
The ship
Oh,
lifted
no.
from its resting
Oh, that's a
place
bummer.
beneath
That's,
the hill,
that's very sad,
displacing earth and leaves
The lower
as it
shelf
silently
of my
ascended
dishwasher
above
has
the
some
canopy.
prongs that are
Brett
rusted
stood
out,
near
and
the
2
rear
minutes on
hatch,
Google
shotgun in
turned
hand,
up
scanning
a
the
site that
trees
sells
below.
replacement.
As
So
they
you don't
rose,
have to
he
replace the
spotted
entire
them,
appliance.
just
Thank
at
God.
the edge
Well,
of the ridge.
see, Lady T, that's good.
3 figures
that's
in
the thing.
Kethri
It's
armor,
the
rifles in hand,
electronic, when
heads
like
tilting upward in ear
stoves
unison
and, like my
as
mother,
the ship slipped from its hiding
the
place like a ghost.
clock
They see us.
on her
said.
stove.
They They can't follow fast enough. Sarah
Was it
Wyan
working
replied,
anymore? Like a
but they will
repair guy
try.
came out and was
The
like, "Yeah,
craft
no,
banked westward,
it will
trees
be
whipping
cheaper
below
just
them,
to throw
and
out
Red
the
braced
stove and get a
against
new
the
one."
sway.
I need to find
Sarah
a new
Wyann's
sewing
hands
machine
danced
repair
over the
shop. Yeah, that's such a
controls, tail
bummer.
flicking for
Bella,
balance.
that's so
They won't
disappointing.
give up, she muttered.
I fixed
Not until they see my
I
body
fixed my
in
sewing
flames.
machine myself.
Rhett looked at her,
But there is
eyes
still
steady.
a sewing machine
They'll
repair
have
shop
to go
nearby.
through me first.
Joann's, when it was
Sarah
still
Wyan glanced
around,
at him,
was sending
just
their
briefly,
sewing machines
and
to be
something
repaired there.
flickered in her
Okay.
gaze. Not heat this time. Something quieter. Hope.
Well, that's
But hope was
that's good that you
fragile.
have a sewing machine
And soon
shop,
they'd need more
repair
than
shop
that.
nearby.
The straw expanse stretched out
'Cause they
before them
are-
like a
yeah, they're
graveyard of
disappearing.
mountains. Jagged ridgelines and deep
At
ravines
least
riddled with cloud cover
Here, the
and
ladies
old
who
war
work
scars.
in the quilt shop either
land
know how to
below was
repair them
silent,
or can
but it
point you
was
in the
the
right
kind of
direction. My
silence Rhett didn't
coworker,
trust.
he and his wife used to have a
The
craft
kind
store,
that came before
and one of the
ambushes and
things that he
storms.
provided, because they did classes
Sarah
as well,
Wyan gripped the
but
flight
he would
yoke
teach
tightly.
how to do
There,
sewing machine
she said,
repairs.
pointing to a crag
But
nestled
then
in
again,
a
it had to
bowl-shaped
be
canyon.
an older machine.
that
I
ridge
don't
with
think
the broken
newer
antennae?
machines are that easily
That's the
or
refueling
that easy
station.
to be repaired.
Rhett leaned forward, squinting through the
So-
cockpit glass. Doesn't look like
there aren't
much.
any quilt shops
It's not.
nearby anymore. Oh,
It's half ruin, half trap.
I don't mind
but
doing
it's
it, but
neutral
my sister
ground.
is doing evening
At
chores,
least it used to
feeding the
be.
dogs, etc.
The ship
All I can
eased
hear
down
is
into a clearing
crunching
surrounded
and
by
dishes
twisted metal
clanging.
and
Oh,
broken
no.
pylons.
Yeah, that's
Blackened
not.
wrecks of long-forgotten
does not
transports
make
littered
great-
the edges.
a great
Ghosts of
Mac
deals gone
environment.
wrong. As they disembarked, Rhett kept his shotgun close and his eyes moving. Sarah Wyan approached a rusted terminal, her fur bristling
My
as she
machine's from
tapped
the
a code
80s
into the
at
weathered
At
keypad.
the newest, okay.
After a few tense seconds, a panel groaned open in the
I don't know for
canyon wall.
sure.
A figure stepped out. Tall, armored in patchwork plates and wrapped in a tattered cloak.
My mom had a newish
The helmet was
singer
cracked across one
that
side,
had issues.
exposing a jaw
When
of
she bought
synthetic
it,
bone
brought
and
it
dull
somewhere
yellow
to
eyes
be
beneath.
worked on. They told her
Sarah
a new
Wyan.
machine would be cheaper than
rasped.
repairing the one she
Red
had.
tensed.
Really? Yeah,
Stand
no.
down.
A lot of them are just.
She said calmly. It's
you
just
toss them
Krev.
out.
He's
I have
an
a
old
newer
contact.
singer
Red didn't
um,
lower the gun.
that they still sell
Krev's
in
voice was
stores,
hollow.
and it's easy to
Didn't
get
think
into.
I'd see you alive
A
again,
few
Fox.
YouTube videos,
Didn't plan on
and
being hunted.
I figured out what I
She
need to fix.
replied.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
But
That's
plans
good.
change.
It's a hand-me-down
The
from my
synthetic
stepdad's
gestured
mom.
them inward.
It's a
You've got 5
Fact?
minutes before this
Am I saying
place
that
starts
right?
listening again.
modern sewing machines are
The
made
army's
to be
got yours
Oh yeah,
everywhere
no,
now.
totally. I see mine. Mine's
Inside, the walls were etched with fading glyphs, remnants of an older civilization.
Oh, I forget
Red
what mine
stepped
is right now. It's
carefully,
been a while since I've
his
looked at it. I gotta
instincts
get it
on
out.
fire. Too many shadows. Too many exits.
Oh my gosh, I can't
Still
believe
got
I
a
can't
fusion
remember
core?
The name of my sewing
Sarah
machine.
Wyan asked.
Yeah.
Krev tilted his head.
I had an old
You don't come cheap, do you?
and more,
She pulled a data chip from her suit. Encrypted banking
but
codes.
that one kind of went up. And I know
Untraceable.
that I could have, like, I
Krev
think it
snatched
needed
it,
like
scanned
to
it,
be
then nodded.
recalibrated or something like that.
The
And I know
core's
I could have
yours.
gotten it fixed.
He turned and lumbered
Um,
deeper into the hall. Rhett leaned
I
close.
have at the one
You
at the
sure you
shop
won't
that I
sell
need to
us
bring
out?
home now that we
No.
have,
Sarah
room
Wyan
for
said
it.
bluntly.
which is an old.
But I'm out of
I think it's an old
options.
Singer. It's a
The fusion
it's
core
one that
was
has a
larger than
foot
Rhett
treadle. It's,
expected.
you know,
Metallic, glowing faintly blue, and
it's not
pulsing like
electric.
a heart. Krev handed it over
Technically, I
without
have
ceremony.
two, but
His
one's
eyes
my
narrowing.
mom's. That's a Singer
Word of advice,
99K.
he
That's
said.
from like the 50s or
They've
earlier.
raised the
very
bounty
cool.
on
Okay.
you again. Sarah Wyan stiffened. How much? Krev grinned,
Yeah,
teeth
this
metal
one
and
that
jagged.
I have to, but I have to
Alive?
bring it home. I think it's actually
1
in pretty
million
good condition
credits.
because my great aunt
Dead?
took excellent
Half
care
that.
of it.
And climbing. Rhett muttered,
It's like from the
guess I'm an expensive company
late
now.
20s, early 30s.
Expensive. Krev
My mom
rasped.
invested in a new Viking
And
a
doomed.
couple years ago. I
Sarah
swear that
Wyan
thing
didn't flinch.
can control
She
satellites.
took
I
the
want
core and
to get
turned.
time on her
We'll take our
long arm
chances.
quilting machine though.
As they exited the canyon hideout, the sky above
I've
them
always
cracked
wanted
with
a
thunder.
Juki,
Not from a
but
storm,
they're
but engines.
very expensive.
Sleek.
And I don't think
Familiar.
they're very easy to get here.
Kethery. Move. Sarah Wyan shouted. And the chase reignited once more. The ground shook beneath their boots as the Kethery gunship tore through the clouds above, its angular body glowing with blue propulsion rings.
Yeah, this one.
Sarah Wyan and Rhett sprinted toward
was
their
one of the
ship,
first portable
the fusion
sewing
core
machines.
heavy in Rhett's arms.
Portable in quotations.
How
Yeah, I know
fast
what that
can
means.
you install this thing?
Oh.
Rhett shouted over the rising roar.
It just means
Faster
means
if you keep them off my
that
back.
one person can possibly
snapped.
move it by
The
itself.
gunship banked hard overhead, its
I
underbelly
wanted
opening to
convert the
reveal
old
twin
one
turrets
to a
already
hand crank
warming up.
simply because
A
the
split second
electronic
later, plasma fire
electronical
raked the canyon
one-
floor
or
behind
the electrical
them.
on it scares
The
me.
rock exploded into
Oh,
shards,
yeah.
showering the
I
air
bet
with
the plug
heat
would
and
be-
dust. They
The
dove
plug is
behind a
interesting.
wrecked cargo hauler as another bolt struck
Evan
where they had
Bernina,
just been.
770 QE.
Sarah
with a
Wyan
Broadway
yelled.
module attached.
Red
Oh,
handed
nice.
off the
Okay.
core
Hey,
and
Biz,
spun,
how are you doing?
taking aim with his
Happy
shotgun
Thursday.
at the first drop trooper that leapt from the descending craft.
How old is that one, Jamie?
The alien
we
hit the
are
ground
sinning
running,
today.
broad-shouldered, helmeted,
My backup
glowing
was
with
a
that
really
same
old
violet
one
pulse
from my
Rhett was
grandma.
learning to hate.
That I really need to
fired
get
once.
tuned up because it
The
has
blast
a
caught the
issue
Ketheri
where it
square in the
slips
chest,
a bottom
knocking it
stitch
back,
every now
armor
and then.
cracked but not down.
But it's a white.
I need 2 minutes.
It's a white that she had
Sarah
when my
Wyan
uncle
shouted
was a
from
kid.
the ramp of
Okay.
their ship,
Yeah, I would think that
already
would be
disappearing
Rosewood. That would
inside
probably.
the fusion
Oh,
core.
Casimir, you got snacks.
You've got
Thank you,
one.
Bella.
Red yelled
yeah, that
back.
should.
Another trooper
That would
landed,
be something that a
then
repair
another.
shop would be able to fix.
Red fired again, retreating toward the ship, heart pounding. One alien raised its
Mythology,
weapon,
you got it, Bella.
sleek and curved like a talon,
Grandma used to have a
and
hand
fired a lance of light that
hand-cranked
seared through a
sewing
metal
machine.
strut inches from Rhett's head.
Yeah, I'm
He threw
not familiar
himself
with
onto the
Grandma's
ramp
old
just
sewing
as the
machine.
ship's
Aunt
engines
Madeline's
coughed
I
to
have.
life.
Well, not yet. It's at the shop.
Sarah Wyan's
But,
voice echoed
that
over
one
the
is a
ship's
foot-
comms.
Like a
Core
pedal,
installed.
like my sewing,
Ignition sequence in
spinning
30
wheel.
seconds. The hull rocked
Probably
as a
at 20 years
plasma
old. Oh,
bolt
okay.
slammed into the
Jamie,
port
what were
side.
you doing with it? What do you?
Systems
what are
flickered.
your
A
projects?
warning
Is it mainly
siren
for
screamed in the
repair?
corridor.
Have you made stuff
Damn
with
it, Red muttered, kicking the ramp's emergency close button. The doors
I don't know
hissed
why I'm
shut
putting these
just as a
guys here.
Ketheri
We're
fist
gonna
slammed
do
against it
trivia.
from outside. The lights dimmed, then surged. Engines howled. From the cockpit, Sarah Wyan's voice. Hold on! Red grabbed a handhold just as the ship launched upward like a bullet through the atmosphere. Gravity crushed him into the wall. The whole frame groaned as
I like
the
this
thrusters pushed
placements
far
of the
beyond
otters.
what
Thanks,
the
Biz. How are
patchwork
you doing?
ship had
How's
been
your week
designed
been?
to endure. Outside, the gunship gave chase, its cannons blazing, but too slow, too late. The stars opened above them. And for the first time in weeks, Sarah Wyan's ship tore free of the planet's grip. They were airborne. And now, they were going home. The stars stretched endlessly around them, a glittering canvas of frozen light. Sarah Wyan leaned back in
ready,
the
guys?
pilot's seat, her chest rising and falling as the last vibrations of
Norse
atmospheric
god
escape
Loki
faded
has
from the
3
ship's
monstrous children:
She didn't
a
speak.
serpent, a
Neither
wolf,
did Rhett.
and a witch.
The
all
silence
born
in the
from
cabin
his
now wasn't the
marriage
tension
to
of
what?
before. It was the stunned,
Norse god
breathless
Loki
stillness that came
has
after
3
survival.
monstrous children:
Rhett
a
stood behind
serpent,
her,
a wolf,
one
and a
hand
witch.
braced
All
against the
born
bulkhead.
from his marriage
You
to
all
what?
right? She
A,
nodded
a
slowly,
squid,
but her shoulders
B,
were
a
still
werewolf,
taut, her ears
C, a
angled
frost
slightly
giant,
back.
D,
That
a
was too close.
sorceress.
Another 30
Not
seconds and
jokes.
we'd have been vapor. He walked around to face her, arms folded. So,
You're fine,
now
Jamie.
what?
Don't
Sarah
again.
Wyan's
You never
fingers
apologize.
hesitated
You were
above
fine.
the console. The ship's starside
Mandatory
autopilot was
otter.
engaged,
Yes,
course
they are
plotted.
mandatory.
But she didn't hit
Super great,
execute.
just for relaxing. Nice, Viz.
Instead, she
Sorry,
turned
fingers
to
are
look
full
at
of-
him.
Yeah, butterfly. You're
Really
fine.
look. There's something you need
Moving
to know
at the end of
before
the
we go
month,
any
a
farther.
little stressed,
Red
but I'm
met her
sure it will
gaze,
work
his
out,
face
Viz.
unreadable.
Congratulations.
I figured.
Congratulations.
She
I'm
stood,
very happy for you
brushing her
guys.
hands along her thighs, and
I
crossed
use
to the
both
central
quilt
deck.
and embroider.
Her
Oh,
tail
okay.
swayed slowly,
that's very, very cool,
betraying
Jamie.
the emotion she
All
was
right.
trying to bury.
I'm going to give the
I wasn't
selection
just born
again.
into a noble bloodline,
A squid,
she
B,
said.
a werewolf, C,
I wasn't
a
just
frost
part of
giant,
the empire.
D,
She
a
turned to face him.
sorceress.
I was the heir. Red blinked.
All right.
Heir?
Norse god Loki
She
had
nodded.
3 monstrous children:
Crown
a serpent, a
princess
wolf,
of the
and a
Oryxen
witch.
Dominion.
All born from
Last
his
of the
marriage to
wildfire
what?
bloodline.
You ready, guys? You ready?
Until the military
ready?
seized control, assassinated the throne council, and
It is
declared
C.
martial rule across every
A
colony.
frost giant.
So when you said you weren't supposed to be alive,
Congratulations.
they meant it, she said. The Ketheri weren't designed for war. They were designed for political cleansing. Silent, clean,
See,
effective.
not.
When the new regime took over, they sent Ketheri units to every royal house. Mine was last. They thought they succeeded. Rhett ran a hand over his face, trying to process it. You're saying, you're a
I might
queen.
have to take another ibuprofen.
Sarah
Hold
Wyan
it,
gave a
guys.
dry, bitter
My
laugh.
ear is bothering me.
I'm saying I was supposed to be one. Now I'm a myth. A threat. A symbol they can't afford to let live.
There's a C
Rhett
and
sat down
Nacho
across from
star.
her, the ship humming softly beneath them. He stared at the floor a moment, then looked up. Then what's this course you've plotted? Sarah Wyan's eyes flashed. Home. He stared. You're going back? To take back what was stolen. Rhett leaned forward slowly. Sarah, that's suicide. It's destiny. She whispered. A long silence followed. Then Red exhaled sharply. Hell,
Star, I went
he
to...
muttered.
Casimir and I
Guess
went
I'd better
to
clean my
Loche
gun.
the other day, and we got...
Sarah Wyan looked at him,
thought about
startled.
you because I got some...
He shrugged. You
sweet
saved my
potato
life.
tempura.
I
there.
saved yours. Might as
Frozen.
well finish what
You
we
can
started.
make it...
For the first time in what
can
felt
heat it up
like
at
years, her lips curled into something like a smile. I hope you're ready,
I think what we had
she said.
it with...
I was ready.
I think it might
Red
have been some
replied,
soba noodles. It was
the
very
second I opened that damn door. And with that, she tapped the console. Stars twisted. The engines flared. And they vanished into hyperspace,
good.
toward
I was very happy
revolution.
because I...
The Starline shrank
No,
around
what
them,
I did with them, Viz,
reality
which probably was
stitching
not
itself
the
back
best
together
decision.
as the ship
They were
dropped
still
out of
very tasty and they were
hyperspace.
very good.
Before them loomed the planet Korea,
I made a
once the
soba
heart
noodle
of the
soup.
Oryxan Dominion, now a fortress
And,
under Kethri control.
I put them
Red
in
stood
the
at
soup,
the viewport,
and they
staring at
just
it. It
broke
was
down.
beautiful. Ringed in
Or at
gold
least the
dust,
coating broke
the
down.
surface was an emerald and crimson
You
swirl of
sending me
forests,
something. No, I'm not sending them
canyons,
to you.
and
So
ancient
how am I going to
mountains.
send frozen
But behind
items
its
to you,
beauty was
Star?
something colder,
Huh?
tactical.
Hmm?
Looks peaceful, he muttered.
How am I
Sarah
gonna do this,
Wyan
Star?
stepped beside him, arms folded.
How can I... How,
It's
how
not. The
can I
capital's under full
reasonably-
martial lockdown.
I enjoy
Public
that noodle.
squares
Yeah,
turned
they,
into
they were
drone
good. They were,
zones.
the soup, I mean, I
Civilian
love soba
transports
noodles.
need 6 layers of clearance. Dissenters vanish.
It was very tasty.
Sounds cozy. It used
Ice
to be alive,
packs.
she said quietly. Now it just obeys. Her ears flattened
I don't know how
slightly
long they
as
would
she
last.
turned toward the console.
Star is
We
several
can't
states
just
away.
land. But there's still one place
And how
left
the
they
heck
haven't
you
fully
be
sealed.
thinking about me and not
She
give
punched
me
in
anything,
coordinates,
Star.
and a new route appeared.
I did, and your mom
One that led them
sent
away from the
you
city,
some.
toward a craggy
ice packs
southern
and
range
insulation.
near the planetary equator. An old
So
resistance site?
we have to order
Red
Miss
guessed.
Z's food
Older
online.
than that. It was a monastery
because all
once.
the local stores.
The
I mean, we
original
have to,
keepers of
we have to
Oryxan
travel
law.
quite a bit to get
When I was a child,
her food
they trained
local-
me there.
locally.
Sword, mind, diplomacy. I
mean,
haven't
it's
set
not really
foot
that
in it
local.
since.
Her
Her voice trailed
so
off,
we've been
her fur ruffling slightly
ordering
as
it
she shook the
directly
memory
from them.
away.
And
It's buried in the cliffs now, but if anyone still believes in the wildfire crown, they'll be there. And if they don't,
and
she met his gaze, green
they
eyes
send
hard.
it with ice packs.
Then we
but
convinced them. The descent was quiet. The ship dipped
It
low
stays pretty
beneath enemy
cold,
satellites,
too.
following a deep
It's coming
trench
from New
through
York
mountain
when
shadows.
we're
Red sat
when we're
beside her,
ordering it.
reading the terrain as if he'd lived there.
Hello, Fresh,
Another
but
survivalist
hello.
instinct kicking
What is
in.
this melting?
They sat
oh,
down on a
really?
flat ledge
Does
half
it do
sunk
that?
into mist.
I
Birds
always
scattered
wondered
into
about
the
that.
air
Like,
as
what
the
type,
ship
how
powered
they
down.
Send that
No
food
weapons fired.
cold.
No patrols. Just wind. As they exited the ship, Red scanned the rocks. You sure this is it? It's here, Sarah Wyan said. You just can't see it. She pressed her palm to a weathered stone slab. The ground groaned. Ancient mechanisms hidden beneath the mountain stirred to life.
Only if you're
and a
not
doorway
on
opened
top
with
of
a
getting it
grinding
inside.
hiss.
Okay. You know,
Warm light
the
poured
Bauman, you
out,
say that, right? And in
firelight,
my neighborhood,
flickering through
Casimir and I
carved
have
stone
seen many
halls.
times.
Red raised
Just
an eyebrow.
like a HelloFresh or
And
something
people
similar,
say my
just sitting
cabin
on
was
someone's
rustic.
steps for
Sarah
many, many
Wyan
hours.
gave a faint smirk.
Done a
but
lot
her
of
hand
stuff like
hovered near the blade
HelloFresh
on her
and
hip.
Hungry Root, and they
Stay
insulated
close.
the bejesus
If the
out of
wrong
those
person
boxes.
recognizes me first,
And then there's
this
this
could end
big ice
badly.
pack, and then
They
there's
stepped
big
into the
ice packs.
monastery's
Okay,
heart.
they're supposed to be
And
good
from
for
the shadows
24 hours, no
within,
problem. Okay,
voices
interesting.
murmured.
I've gotten
Not
HelloFresh
in
in the
alarm,
past, and I've never had an
but in awe.
issue with it until I
flame
forgot the
returns.
box was coming when my
The
mom was in the
firelight flickered
hospital,
along
and I
the
came
polished
home
stone
to a trail
walls
of
as Sarah
ants going
Wyan
to the
and Red
bo-
descended
oh,
the
no.
torch-lit corridor.
I'm going to get hot cocoa.
Symbols
Need to-
older than the
Casper,
Dominion
no, I'm
etched
good.
the
I'm good.
walls.
Enjoy though.
Spirals, claws, flames.
Enjoy your hot cocoa.
Red couldn't read them, but they felt heavy with
Yeah,
memory,
Casimir's been
like walking into a
drinking
dream
hot
that
cocoa
remembered
almost
you.
every night.
They reached a wide chamber,
Jamie Farmer,
its ceiling
we,
domed and blackened with soot. 5 figures stood in a
got
semicircle
your
near the central hearth.
Your suggestion
All were
on hot
cloaked,
cocoa,
silent
getting
still.
the giant
Their fur and ears,
tub from
like Sarah Wyan's,
Walmart.
marked them
Actually,
as
I had my
Vulpine,
mom's.
though their
she
age
would,
and
when she
scars
does
set them apart.
orders, she'll get a
One
thing
step
for
forward.
Casimir, and he's on his second
A
one.
male, taller than Sarah Wyan by a head, with
I've
graying
only
orange
tried it
fur
when I
and
got
a
a discount
jagged
from a
scar
friend.
down
Oh, okay.
his left
Yeah,
eye.
I've never tried it before.
His gaze fixed on her,
and I'm not against
unblinking.
it. I'm not against
shouldn't be
it.
here.
I like
Sarah
grocery shopping.
Wyan's
So
posture didn't waver. And
as
yet I
weird
am.
as that is,
His lips curled
I
into
enjoy
something
grocery
like a
shopping,
sneer.
So I don't
You
mind going
died,
to the
remember?
store, but I totally get it.
We all saw it
People
on the
doing
feeds.
that. It's
Burned
perfect
palace.
for people who
Crushed guard.
work
Ashes on the
long
crown.
hours
Lies. She
and
snapped.
just don't want to have to
Fed
think
to you
about
by the dogs who sold us all.
like
The
having
other
all those
stirred.
ingredients right then
One,
and there for you.
a female with
I think
silver
they're
streaked
great.
fur, stepped forward
Um,
and removed her hood. Her
people with
green
busy
eyes shimmered with
schedules.
tears. We hoped,
I think it's perfect.
she whispered.
It's just I
But hope
I
has
actually
gotten
do
us
enjoy
killed
grocery
before.
shopping. So
Sarah Wyan walked into the ring of light, her tail slowly swaying behind her.
It was the next morning
I
before
bled
I
to
remembered
stay
the
alive.
box in August.
I ran when the rest
South
of my
Texas.
family
no
didn't
ice
make
pack
it.
is ever going to
I've
survive.
watched the
No,
stars
Bauman,
turn
that
cold
is-
while the army paraded
yeah.
my death
Meals
like a
were
trophy.
good. I can see the
Her voice
appeal,
grew
but once you
stronger,
pay full price,
echoing
it's rough.
through the
Oh
chamber.
yeah.
But I
Yeah.
am not dead.
If you can do it,
I am wildfire,
more power to
and
you.
I am not done burning.
I'm gonna. I was
Silence.
going to try HelloFresh,
Then the scarred
but
male
I've been
stepped
doing
forward
a
again.
local meal
If
prep
that's
place.
true,
That's
prove
so much
it.
better, I think.
From his belt, he drew a
supporting
curved dagger
local,
etched with sigils.
Yeah.
He offered it hilt first.
My cousin does that.
The rite of
He puts-
rekindling.
He does meal prep
Red frowned.
for
What's that?
clients and stuff at
Sarah
his gym.
Wyan took the blade with reverence.
The meals
It's the old
are
way.
decent, but you get into
I
the
showed them
groove
the
after
fire
a while,
still
and they
lives.
lose their charm long
Without
term.
a word,
Okay.
she stepped to the hearth. Red moved to stop her, but the
We
silver-furred
only got it when
female
we were
held up a
really
hand.
busy. And
She must do this
in
alone.
the before times when
Sarah
our grocery
Wyan
stores
held the
didn't have
blade over
online
the
options.
flames.
Yeah.
Then,
used to have panic
with a
attacks
sharp
going,
exhale, she slashed her
to
palm
grocery
open.
stores. So I still
Orange
avoid that
blood
as much as
dripped
possible.
into
No,
the
I mean,
hearth.
I get that valid. No,
Nothing
some people
happened.
hate food shopping. And
At first.
I mean,
Then the fire surged,
to each his own.
not upward,
and,
but outward, coiling
again,
into the
I
air,
just
twisting
like
like
it.
a living
It's
serpent of
weird.
flame. It formed a great Vulpine
I
head,
like going
snarling
down
and proud,
aisles and seeing what's
before
new
bursting
and
skyward
reading
in a flash of
ingredients and
The chamber
um,
bathed in
I'm also
flickering
really
light.
picky about my produce,
The air
so
grew
that's another
hot.
reason.
The silence
so I
shattered.
really like going to
The
like the
scarred
farmer's
male
market.
dropped to one knee.
I
Then
just
the
love
others
food,
followed.
So,
One by
not
one,
saying that
heads bowed.
anyone who doesn't like
My
going to
queen,
the grocery store doesn't
he
love
said
food.
hoarsely.
It's just
Forgive our doubts.
I
Sarah
realized like
Wyan's
especially
chest
during
rose and fell.
like
Her bleeding
lockdowns and
hand
stuff like that,
trembled
where I
slightly
would
as
just
she
go to
lowered
the
the
store by
dagger.
myself. And Catherine
more
would say how I would
apologies,
mask up and everything, and
She said.
it was just
Only
like to
action.
me
She turned to Rhett.
soothing.
We have an
for some
army to
reason.
build. The
The
monastery's
macros
lower
are
halls
so much
pulsed
better
with
too,
new life.
so it fits my current diet.
Word
oh,
of
okay.
Sarah
yeah,
Wyan's
That's
return
good.
spread through the
So to keep
mountain like
active
wind
now,
through dry
but I've
grass.
been I've
Former
been
warriors,
skipping meals
scattered
for
centuries,
like 18 months.
and elders in self-imposed exile emerged from hidden rooms and tunnels.
Also, HelloFresh meals
Some
are
came
actually
hesitantly,
a fair bit of work.
others
They
came
come
weeping.
with everything, but
All
part
bowed.
of their thing is the cooking
Rhett
experience.
watched
yeah.
it all with arms
Yeah, so
crossed, standing
I mean,
off to the
it's-
side
it's-
like a shadow to the rising sun.
Gives people
These people weren't like him.
kind of
They
teach them
moved
how,
with
how
discipline, ritual.
to cook and
They
stuff
had
like
trained under a code,
Um,
a purpose.
that. The only
He was
thing
just
that
a
saves
soldier
my
of
sanity
circumstance,
now that I'm back in
outfitted by
office full-time.
wilderness and trauma, not tradition. Yet when they looked at him,
comes with
they
everything.
didn't
Yeah,
look
no,
with
I've
suspicion.
I've seen
They
a couple of
looked
people
with
advertise
respect.
for them, and you do get
Maybe because
like,
of how
everything.
close he
you don't
stayed
have
to her.
Like everything's
Maybe
provided
because
for you.
she looked at him like he
I
mattered.
used to get
Sarah Wyan stood in the
every
central
plate,
courtyard now,
but I've dialed back
overlooking the
now.
valley
I still
below
love
where
the
nightfall
recipes,
wrapped
though.
the mountains in silence.
farmer market
Her
fruit is
bandaged
so
palm
yeah,
rested
I'll
on the
tell you
stone
this.
railing,
I don't
blood
I don't
already
eat a ton
dried
of
beneath
fruit.
clean cloth.
No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
They'll come for us harder now,
Like I love my pomegranates.
she said without
I
turning.
get one at least once a week.
The moment we
Um,
activated
in
the
fact,
right,
I gotta have that in
someone,
my yogurt.
somewhere in the Dominion felt it.
But
Red
nothing
stepped
beats
beside
like
her.
summertime.
Then
I
let's
hate
hit them
the weather,
first. She
but
glanced
man,
at him.
summertime
You're
has
not a
some
general.
of the best
No, he said.
seasonal vegetables and fruits, especially
But
fruit.
I've spent a lifetime knowing how to punch
yeah,
harder than I
those
look.
farm
That
fresh
earned a smile.
strawberries.
Then a voice
cherry
called from
season,
behind.
which is very short.
Your
here,
Majesty.
But oh my god,
The silver-furred
so good.
woman approached, bowing low. A messenger just arrived
Brian, thank you for that
from the
streak.
Kastari depths. Sarah Wyan's ears perked. That far out? Who? Lady Colleen of the Hollow Wing. Red blinked.
My friend was
That's a
getting
name.
one of the
Sarah
ones that
Wyan's
does
face grew
little
serious.
individual plates
She
that
controls
can
the
be
Southern
put in the
Canyon
microwave
routes.
because she's constantly at work
Smugglers,
and on the go. I don't
exiles,
know if
and
she's
old air
still getting
squadrons.
that or even
If she's
which one.
here,
Yeah, I
that
think there's
means
like
she's
meal
either desperate or
prep.
ready.
I mean, there's like
They
they're
moved
for
swiftly to the
everyone.
entrance
There's
chamber.
one out there for
The
everyone.
newcomer stood waiting.
And even
A
local.
Vulpine woman in dark flight leathers,
I
wings
think she
folded
used-
behind her back,
Use it mostly
partially
so she had something
cybernetic on
easy to
one
grab for lunch.
side.
Okay, no, it makes sense.
Her
no,
face
totally.
bore the
I mean,
jagged
like I said,
scars
they're,
of old
they're,
battles, but
like
her
I just
eyes
like
were
just
sharp
now, like
and full of
there's
calculation.
one out there for everyone
I heard the
for every
wildfire
situation.
burned again,
And
Colin said flatly. Sarah Wyan met her gaze.
if you
Not burned.
don't, if you
Rekindled.
have the means and you
Colin
can do it, I
nodded
say
slowly.
do it.
I bring
I blame grad
25
school
gliders,
for why I have
3
a ton of
stolen
food problems,
gunships,
but I'm still
and
working
200
on it.
willing
That-
fighters.
I mean, and take your time.
They've waited
you
for
know,
a
there's
signal.
no
Red exhaled.
do it on your terms.
That's a hell of
That's
a
totally,
down payment
you know,
on a revolution. Colin turned to him.
I get it.
You're the human. He raised a brow. That obvious? You're the only one not bowing.
I want to
Never
buy
was
one
the
of
kneeling
those
type.
hand-pressed juicers
Colin
for pomegranates and lemons. Yum.
Good. You'll fit
Okay,
right
so
in.
Viz, my thing with
Sarah
pomegranates,
Wyan
I
looked between
love
them. How soon can your ships move?
crunch.
Colin
I love
didn't
the seed
hesitate.
crunch. Don't ask me.
We
And
can
it's so
strike a
funny because
forward
a lot
outpost
of
by
there's
morning.
certain fruits that I'm just like,
They'll
nah,
panic.
I'm not into.
And in
the seeds.
panic, the army always makes mistakes. Sarah
Casmer,
Wyan nodded.
Tess,
Then we begin.
apron on, Ray J.
Dawn
It
broke
is
over
all
Korea
time.
in
It
slow
is
burning
time
amber.
to take your evening meds.
But there was no peace in the sky. Only wind, and soon the low growl of approaching war. Red
I
stood
love
aboard the
pomegranate.
lead
Valid,
gunship.
they are so good.
Armored
And after I
vest
learned
strapped
how to
tight across
properly
his chest,
clean one,
shotgun mag
oh
locked
yeah,
to his
I
side.
do it like at at least
The
once a
wind
week.
from the open hatch whipped past him as
It's
the
already
fleet
time for
soared
me.
low over the
Mako,
mountains.
thank you so much for the
Gliders and
alert. Thank you for
gunships
hanging out
moving like
after the
silent birds of
raid.
prey.
Take care of yourself.
Ahead, nestled in a clearing of blackstone and
I
razor
knew a ton of
grass,
companies,
was
but
the forward
none of them
Ketheri
really worked
outpost.
for me. Okay.
Angular,
No, I
sterile.
get it, Val. Well, you know,
guarded
well,
by
I don't.
6
I mean,
drone
I
towers
do.
and a landing platform
But like I
patrolled
said,
by armor-plated
you just haven't found the
sentries.
one for you yet.
Efficient.
Yeah, and you will. You will.
Ugly.
I wish. I can't
Colin's
eat them that
voice
fast.
crackled over the comms.
Oh, okay. Well,
On
I
your
put
mark,
them in,
your
so
majesty.
I clean them and
Sarah
I put them
Wyan,
in a big
at the
container. It's
co-pilot
almost like a
seat
berry
beside
bowl
Red, stared through the
or a
viewport.
berry container with a lid.
Now,
And
the order dropped like a blade. From above,
and
the
so I put
gliders
a
peeled away, diving with
hefty amount in
terrifying
my
speed.
yogurt every morning.
Plasma
with,
casters mounted beneath their
granola.
wings
I
lit
love
up the
crunch.
sky
I don't know
as
what it is,
explosive
but that,
charges rained
that
down.
combination of the three,
The
yogurt,
first tower erupted in a
granola,
blossom
and I
of
make that
orange
myself,
flame,
and
followed by a
pomegranate.
seconds later.
So good.
The outpost came alive with alarms, but they were too slow.
Yeah, I just
Sarah
storm.
Wyan's gunship
Yeah, they go
veered
bad
hard.
before I finish them.
Thrusters
Oh, okay,
screaming
okay.
as Red gripped the side rail, eyes
Parfait
fixed on the
yeah,
ground.
you know I haven't done.
Coming
and you
in
know,
hot.
Viz, if you like,
Colin shouted from another
I
channel.
used to watch NHK.
Stick the landing. Red barked.
International, and
The
they had a
ship touched
show
down like a hammer.
that kind of did like Japanese
The
pop
side
culture and
ramp
things like
dropped.
that. And they did a whole thing
Red
on
moved
parfaits.
first.
They are on another
He hit the
level
ground
with parfaits
sprinting,
in Japan, and I
shotgun
was just
raised,
like,
boots
I
skidding across the
need to,
ash-coated
they have like
stone.
blogs
A
and
Ketheri soldier
magazines,
turned,
everything.
weapon charging. Red fired point blank, sending the
parfaits.
alien spinning into the wall.
I love
Sarah
them.
Wyan was
Pomegranates
behind
are one
him,
of the things I
a blur
love to
of
do
fire and
because
motion.
of the mess.
She wielded
it looks
a
like
blade
a murder
shaped
scene,
like a
just
crescent,
like when
its core glowing
it's
with
time
plasma
to make prickly
filaments.
pear jelly. Well,
She ducked under a
Balmain, the
strike,
way
then
I
spun,
fix it, the
tail
way I
lashing,
trim a
and
pomegranate,
slashed
I
through
don't.
two
I
more
give very
soldiers with
little
one motion.
juice.
Tower
that
controls
bursts. 'Cause
inside
I
that
want
bunker.
the little. I want
She
to keep
shouted.
everything intact.
Red
and it's
nodded,
just,
already
I found it
pushing
easy.
forward. Smoke choked the air,
Yeah.
and the ground
Yeah,
shook with concussive
look
force
up,
as a
look up
glider
how to clean a
slammed into the
pomegranate.
comms array.
It is.
More fighters poured from the
that sounds
second
awesome.
ship.
A good
Colin's
to
troops,
enjoy a good
hardened
parfait.
and
Yeah,
howling,
no, I should
blasting their way
look
through the
into that.
perimeter. Rhett and Sarah Wyan reached the bunker. It was sealed.
I usually buy one
Not
a year.
for long.
Yeah. Yeah,
He
no, I
pulled
buy
two
one.
charges
I
from
have,
his
you know,
belt
when they're on
and
sale.
slapped them on either
And
side of
eventually
the
they're very
door.
hard to find,
Stand
and I get
back.
it. They're not seasonal, and
The
I try to
explosion
do
sent the door
seasonal fruits
flying
and things
inward.
like that. But man, I
Smoke
do love
poured
a
into the
pomegranate.
chamber
It is-
beyond.
Yeah, that's.
Inside, red lights
that is
flashed
good.
and
Since
sirens
learning how to
wailed,
properly clean
but no
one,
one was
That
firing.
has been my jam.
The operators inside had already dropped their weapons, hands raised.
I go
Sarah
once a
Wyan
month to
stalked
Sam's
forward,
Club
blade dripping.
to pick
Tell
up
your
protein,
masters,
pork loin,
she growled.
steak, tilapia,
The
etc.
wildfire is
Bring
rising.
it home, portion it out,
Behind
vacuum,
her, Red stepped
pack,
into the
then
flickering
freeze, and I'll
light.
eat that in
Shotgun
1 month.
resting
Okay, that's
casually
good,
on his
Jamie.
shoulder.
See, I am so
And this
lousy
time,
at food prepping. I really
added,
am.
We
And
brought
Lady T
kindling.
does a lot of it.
The outpost burned through the night.
That sounds
Flames
awesome.
danced
Enjoy a
against the
good parfait.
twilight
I would love
horizon,
to. Oh
casting
man, the local
flickering
barbecue
shadows across
brewery
the ash-stained hills.
place used to do a savory
Smoke curled
parfait
skyward and long,
with all the sides,
lazy
so mac and
ribbons,
cheese, baked beans,
signals that
coleslaw,
couldn't
and
be
I think
hidden, nor
one
meant to be.
or two other things.
It wasn't just
It was so
destruction.
dang good. See,
was a
okay,
message.
so I could totally
Sarah
do
Wyan stood atop
like
the ruined
Christmas
control
savory
tower,
or
her blade
Thanksgiving
sheathed at her hip,
parfait.
cloak torn
Can you
and bloody
imagine,
but worn
Lady
like
T,
a banner.
with like
Below her,
mashed
Colin's troops
potatoes,
secured the perimeter
gravy,
while resistance
chicken,
fighters
probably
distributed
turkey.
captured weapons among the newly liberated
Be
locals,
so good.
miners, traders,
And once a
even
week I
a
pick
few
up
retired
produce and
soldiers who'd been
replace
hiding in the hills since the collapse of
staples
the Dominion.
that I've used out of
Red
the pantry.
joined her
Okay.
on the roof,
I wanted to make
bruised
pomegranate
and
jelly
limping,
one year,
but
and the
otherwise
recipe in a
intact.
book I was using
His
said,
jacket was
get
scorched
20
down one sleeve.
pomegranates.
He didn't complain.
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing.
Words
so
already
Bauman, yeah, no,
spreading.
there
He said.
there isn't a lot of
That
juice
strike
per
was
seed.
loud.
You know what I mean? It just
Sarah
it just
Wyan
seems
didn't
that
look
way.
at him.
I was like,
Her
I'm not
eyes
going to
were
do the
on the
math.
distance.
I know, because they can
It
go
had to
anywhere
be.
from like $3
retaliate.
to $7
I'm counting on
a
it.
pomegranate.
He studied her for a moment.
I don't have the energy for meal
That was
prepping.
always
It is
the
it is a
plan,
lot.
wasn't
Like
it?
you do have to
Draw
like
them in.
totally
Force their hand. I'm
reserve
not strong
time for
enough
it.
to win a long
I mean, for
war.
me, like I do my
She said.
cooking on Saturday or
Not yet.
Sunday, and that will cover
But
for
a
like the
queen
days
doesn't
that I
wait
go
to
into
be
work.
cornered. Below,
And then Casper and I will
civilians
have a
gathered
lazy
in
night,
growing
and then
numbers.
the other days I just kind of
Some
whip
carried
some
old
meals
banners
together.
from the days before the Dominion.
Ooh, a
Others
Thanksgiving
wore nothing
parfait
but
would be a great
fatigue and
way to use-
desperation.
Yeah, I agree.
But their eyes, Rhett
picked up
noticed their eyes,
one day
were
a
starting
week
to
to
burn
do it.
again.
And that's
With
made
belief.
it manageable for me. Yeah,
Sarah Wyan
I haven't had
finally
a free day
turned to
since
him.
August.
We're
Until
going
this
to
weekend.
take the
Ooh,
capital.
Are you?
Rhett
you have
raised
some
an
free
eyebrow.
time, Bella.
You just skipped about 20 steps.
Those
No,
palms got
She said calmly.
Fizz.
We ignite this planet, then strike while they scramble. And if we win Korea,
That's a Casper
the other
joke.
worlds follow. You think that's how
Something
rebellion
he would
works?
say.
I know it's how wildfire works.
They
She said.
do.
And that's what we are. Footsteps approached from below. Colin emerged, her wings folded behind her, face grim. We intercepted a
I
signal.
cleaned my pomegranate.
Dominion
and I had
forces
some
have
special
launched
containers to bury
Dozens of
a
transports.
so it has like a
They'll
mesh
be here
on
by
the inside
first
that you
light.
can pull out,
Rhett muttered a curse.
so they're
That
not
didn't
sitting
take
in
long.
liquid.
Let
Oh,
them
Valvin,
come.
thank you, Casper.
Sarah
You got
Wyan
snacks
said.
coming, sir.
Let them
I
bring
took an
everything.
extra day off tomorrow,
Colin
and I'm having
glanced
a
between
long
them.
weekend to finally do nothing for once.
I hope
Vala,
you've got more than one
congratulations.
plan. Sarah Wyan's gaze
I hope
sharpened.
it is so uneventful.
I have a
I
throne
hope it's
to reclaim.
relaxing.
That's all
and
the plan
you get
I
to
need.
do exactly what
Then
you want
she
to
looked
do.
at Rhett.
That
I
sounds
want you at
great.
my side when we take the capital. He blinked. Me? You've been at my side from the beginning, she said. And if I die tomorrow, I want the galaxy to know I wasn't alone when I lit the match. He stared at her, at the orange fur haloed in firelight, the eyes fierce but soft beneath the weight of command, and nodded. Then let's burn the whole thing down. The sun hadn't yet risen when the sky ignited with light. It began as a hum, low, distant, like the heartbeat of something enormous. Then came the glare, dozens of ships descending through the clouds in tight formation, wings of flame trailing
I think
behind
I'm
them.
maybe
The Dominion had
a little
arrived.
more than halfway.
Rhett stood
You
at the
cannot see
forward
it 'cause it's like
barricade,
just a bunch of
visor
fluff right
pulled
here.
low, pulse steady. Around him, rebels
I'm gonna
armed with
organize my
stolen
yarn,
rifles and
fiber stash
patchwork
tomorrow.
armor
I'm
took
looking
their
forward to it.
positions
Oh,
along the
that
shattered
will be
remains of the
relaxing and
outpost
fun.
walls.
And then maybe
The air buzzed with
inspiring.
tension, nerves
I feel
coiled
like
tight.
that kind of thing
Behind the line, Colin's
Yeah,
gliders were
maybe
docked and powered down,
get you in the
too
mood
fragile to risk in the
like,
opening salvo.
You'll rediscover things you
Farther
forgot
back,
that you had.
within the hills, artillery units waited under tarps, their camouflage netting rustling faintly in the breeze. And above them all, on a makeshift
after going
command
to
platform of
brunch at my
scavenged
favorite place.
scaffolding,
Ooh.
stood Sarah Wyan.
Casper and I were thinking about
She wore
going
no
to,
helmet, no
breakfast on
veil.
Saturday. That sounds really
Her
nice.
orange
Bella.
fur glowed in the pre-dawn
You gonna
light,
go with friends or are you just
her
gonna go by
green
yourself?
eyes bright beneath her war paint. Her cloak fluttered
Did you
behind
see
her
you
like
sold
a banner.
Isolda
When she
is doing
spoke,
a
she
free
didn't
pattern
shout.
because they messed up their
She didn't
yardage
need
count.
to.
No, I did
They
not.
think we will break.
No, I
Her
did
voice
not,
rang
Mario.
out across
Hold
the
on.
field, calm and sharp as drawn steel.
Hold on, guys.
They believe fear will silence us. That obedience will outlive defiance. That the wildfire crown is ash. She paused. The wind whispered through the
Mario,
valley.
you missed
They are wrong.
the knitting drama that I
A murmur
discovered
swept through the
recently.
crowd, low at first, then growing, swelling like a tide. Today,
It was just a Reddit
we
post
stand
about
not as soldiers,
someone
but as a
receiving a
spark.
hand-knit sweater.
The match they should never have struck. We are the
Hold on.
ember that slips through the cracks. Her tail snapped behind her, and she raised her blade high.
By myself tomorrow because
And
they
we will
won't.
burn
They
everything
won't be
they've
absolutely
built
packed
until
tomorrow. Okay.
the last stone of their empire glows. Cheers erupted like thunder. Just
Yes,
as the
okay,
first
you saw
Dominion
it, Mario.
dropship hit the dirt, Rhett dove for cover as the landing blast shook the earth. The ship's doors
You're gonna
opened
make
before
me
the dust
log
settled.
in.
Out stepped Kethri enforcers in
No,
their
no, you're
black
not.
and
No, you're
violet
not.
armor,
Never mind. I looked
tall
at the
and
wrong thing.
faceless, moving with that eerie,
I'm assuming.
mechanical grace.
I'm assuming it's going to be on the front
Plasma
page because
fire
who's
lit
not
the
going to
ridge.
snag a free
Hold the
pattern
line.
from Isolda?
Rhett
Oh, the
roared,
card is
returning
okay.
fire
There's a
with 3
code.
quick
Okay.
blasts. The rebels fought like wolves.
I think it's 100%.
wild,
Yes, I
hungry,
agree.
unyielding.
I agree.
The Dominion hadn't
One
expected
person did
resistance
say
so coordinated,
that
so
they
ready.
suggested that maybe she should
For
have
every
told
inch they
them ahead
gained,
of time
they
to
paid
let
in
them
blood
know.
and metal.
Um,
Sarah Wyan moved through the chaos
but
like fire
I mean,
incarnate,
whatever.
her blade cleaving, her body a blur of motion. She was everywhere
here's
at
the
once,
thing. I mean,
rallying, striking, commanding. Red fought at her back. Gun
gonna
empty,
copy that,
he
Mario.
switched to blade and shoulder, ducking under a
It's for
strike
the-
and
a
driving
new
his
vest
knife up through
pattern?
the gap in a Ketheri's chest plate. Sparks flew.
Isolda
body
is way
collapsed.
too kind.
They're regrouping,
Like
Colin
why?
shouted from the West Ridge.
I feel like they don't.
Sarah
have to.
Wyan spun
I don't
to
know.
face her.
I think it's very kind of them.
Let them. Then we break them. She turned to Rhett,
I mean, I'll
her
take
chest
advantage
heaving,
of it. if I
blood
can find
trickling
it.
down her side. We need to get behind their line.
Oh, you can
He
do
nodded.
any pattern.
Then
huh.
let's go.
Okay, hold on. Let me look
Together,
at my
they
pad.
pushed through
I
the
think I have some stuff
firestorm,
from Isolde
2
in
against
my
1,000.
favorites.
But the wildfire
darn it.
had already started, and the Dominion
Cow
didn't know
is
how to
down.
fight something that refused to die. Smoke cloaked the battlefield, thick and acrid, masking bodies and wreckage in a haze of blood and
I
fire.
might have to take
Sarah Wyan and Rhett
for my
slipped
ear.
between the flames like ghosts, cutting through Ketheri enforcers, ducking under blasts, striking with precision.
I know.
The line had fractured.
Isolde's.
The Dominion's perfect formation was faltering, but at the heart of the chaos stood something worse. Something familiar. A sleek
it's okay,
command
Biz.
lander
Yeah, I
had
started
touched
acting
down
up this
behind
morning.
the
I took some
Ketheri ranks,
ibuprofen. It's fine.
its hull
I just-
unmarred
but
by
then
battle. Guards encircled it,
it's
and
weird.
from
It's
its
a
ramp stepped a
weird,
figure
dull-
Sarah Wyan knew before she even saw his face. General Viral. The man who had stood beside her father.
I do like these.
The man
Okay,
who
well,
had
let me think
smiled
about it.
while
Let me think
pledging
about it.
loyalty. The man who had slit the High Lord's throat before the
Weirdest thing,
broadcast cut
I'm
out.
ultra in the mood
He wore
for a
ceremonial black
hamburger.
armor, gilded at the shoulders.
Really,
the sigil
Casmer?
of the
I mean,
Dominion
there's always
etched over the
Mikey's.
spot where the wildfire
I'm not
crest
kidding.
had once
You
rested.
could.
His long white hair was pulled back in
I mean,
braids,
we
and
did
his
have a-
eyes, silver
What did I
and
say?
cruel,
We had a light dinner.
met
What did we
hers
have for
across
dinner
the
again?
battlefield. Sarah Wyan froze. Time narrowed. Rhett turned sharply toward her, his
Weird
voice
indeed,
distant.
but here I am.
What is it? She didn't answer.
Oh, that's right. Well, that's it. That
Viral
okay.
began
Okay,
walking
we did
toward
have
them,
bean salad
the
tonight.
Ketheri parting
It was
like
a really
sea
good
foam.
bean salad, though.
He raised his
yeah.
voice, smooth and sharp like broken glass. So it's true. The little flame lives.
Yeah, I can see that.
Sarah
but
Wyan
once it's
took a
gifted,
step
yeah,
forward,
exactly,
shoulders
Mario.
square.
I agree.
You
I
should have
agree.
finished the
I think
job.
it's silly because they're like,
I thought I
wouldn't
had.
talk to the person
He drew
after
a
that.
slender energy blade,
Anyway, it's weird.
its edge
Dang,
humming
I
with
wish
power.
I lived in a city.
But fate seems
if I were craving
determined
a
to drag
hamburger
your
right
corpse
now, I
back
would've-
into history.
I would have to wait till
Rhett
tomorrow.
started to raise his
yeah,
shotgun,
see, that's the
but
thing,
Sarah
Cass.
Wyan
See,
held
I
up
will
a hand.
say, I will.
No,
Casmer,
she
there's
said
the
coldly.
sub place down the
He's
block.
mine. Viral
Like
smirk.
no, this was like
Still
beans,
arrogant.
yeah, legumes,
Like your
yeah.
father.
So it's
You know
it's
what it got him.
chickpeas and then a combination
She
of
struck
kidney,
without warning.
black bean,
Their blades
and
clashed,
pinto.
sending a shockwave of
then,
light and kinetic
I used
force
salt,
rippling through the
pepper,
air.
Cumin,
The Dominion
and,
guards backed away.
Pickled jalapenos,
Even the Ketheri paused to watch.
corn.
This wasn't tactics.
and then
it
we
wasn't war.
had some.
It was
a little bit of
retribution.
olive oil.
Sarah Wyan was faster, but Viral had fought every wildfire warrior
and then I
before
put
her.
some. Like,
He moved with
then
the
I plated it
confidence
up,
of
added
someone who
cucumber
killed
to each of the plates
royalty
because
before.
last time I left it, I did the whole
His strikes were
cucumber and put it in.
precise, brutal,
It
mocking.
sounds healthy.
You fight like a
Ooh,
shadow.
Oh, that's right.
He sneered.
They're
all
closed.
fury.
Damn it.
No focus. She ducked under a slash, rolled
I put,
to her feet,
then I
and caught him
Casmer and I
across the
split an
ribs with the
avocado.
backhanded arc of her
We
blade.
had a half avocado
Sparks
with
flew.
it. With,
Blood
with
followed.
each of our servings.
I'm not a
Cucumber,
she hissed.
and then I put a
I'm
dollop
the
of
flame you couldn't
Greek yogurt
extinguish.
on top. It was very
Viral
good, Biz.
snarled,
I'm sorry. It was
swinging
very good,
again.
and we ate it with
Wild
chips. So
this time. Off balance.
it's not a
that was
hamburger.
all
It's not
she
a
needed.
hamburger.
Sarah
Well,
Wyan stepped
Casmer,
inside
there
his
is
guard and
Mikey's.
drove her blade upward
If you
beneath
go up to
his
the main
breastplate.
street, it would be
His mouth
a
opened.
decent.
He
It
staggered.
would be a good walk.
and
it would
fell.
be a good walk. It wouldn't be
Gasps
long.
echoed
You
from
could
the
get there pretty
Dominion line.
fast. You get there in like
Red
10 minutes.
moved beside her, watching the fallen
I
general
grilled pork
bleed
chops
into
today
the dirt.
with honey barbecue
That
sauce.
was him.
Ooh, that sounds really
Yes,
good, Jamie.
she said
Casper, there's
quietly.
also
That was the man who
the
killed
taco
my
place down
father.
the street as well.
She turned back
That
to the field.
doesn't have hamburger,
and
but it
now
could
the
have- you could
Empire
get
knows
nachos.
their strength bleeds.
Now it's too late. I think I'll be
the
fine.
smoke
You
hadn't
sure,
even
Casper?
cleared from Viral's corpse before word spread.
If I
Ketheri soldiers, grown for loyalty,
I'm trying to
not
eat more
courage,
healthy. Okay, no, that's fine,
hesitated.
Pat. So that's taco
Some
place.
retreated.
Yeah, we have a.
Others
No, we don't do
froze,
DoorDash.
their rigid
Lunapath.
programming faltering now that the one
No.
who commanded them
We've
bled
done it a
into
couple,
the
like a
dirt.
small.
Sarah
Everything isn't
Wyan
within
stood above
walking
the fallen
distance. Like
general.
seriously, like we
Her
have
blade still
two
slick with his
really,
blood.
really, really good
All
taco
around her,
places
the
within
battlefield
walking
was
distance.
Rebels rose
I mean,
from
several
cover,
hamburger
battered but
places.
alive.
Like yeah, no, we
Collins gliders looped over the ridge in
lucky we
victory
have.
spirals. Civilians
done
once too
DoorDash
afraid
maybe
to speak now held captured
3 or 4
rifles and
times.
shouted her name. The wildfire queen had
either
returned,
DoorDash or Grubhub.
but it wasn't over.
You should get nachos.
Not yet.
Yes, Casmer.
Red
We
approached,
had
breathing
the
heavy.
one place
One
we go
hand
to
pressed to a wound
has
at his ribs.
amazing nachos.
You
oh
all right?
my god! And
She
and
looked
if you
at
get
him,
the
really looked.
I forget what they're called,
No.
but it's like the mix.
But I will
you
be.
get like chunks of chicken,
His eyes flicked toward the Dominion's retreating
steak,
forces.
and
We've got a window.
chorizo.
If we push now,
So good.
We take the
My
capital.
sub badge is so
She
cute, by the way.
finished.
There you go. Well, it's,
Before
you hit
they
1
find
year,
another
Tess.
viral. By
You've hit
nightfall,
1 year.
the
I gotta make the
resistance was
2-year
on the
one
move.
because people are there now.
Transport ships reactivated. Fighters refueled.
Yep, you got a 1-year
Every
badge,
gun
Tess.
captured was handed to someone willing to fight.
Oh, you're talking Fiesta
Old banners
nachos.
were sewn
I
from
mean,
bed
I'll take your word
linens.
for it, Viz, if that's what
Children
they're called.
carved the wildfire crest into
They're
the
so good,
dirt
though.
outside their homes. Rhett watched it
I was
all
like,
with a
hamburger at
distant
taco
feeling
place?
in his
No,
chest.
I know. I
A
was just
mixture
thinking
of
that maybe
dread and
Casper
pride.
wouldn't want beef.
You never thought it'd go this far, did you? Colin said, appearing beside him on the ramp of the gunship. He shook his head. I thought I was helping a stranger survive the woods. Colin smiled. Turns out you were
I
helping
thought it
a
was
queen
new.
save a world.
No, you hit the
The
1 year
capital
mark.
rose before them at dawn. Black
We're
spires,
subbing.
glowing domes,
I
miles
just
of
now need to
towers
make
wrapped in energy grids and sentry
No,
platforms.
what's the other one?
A city built to protect power, not
Oh.
people. Sarah Wyan stood at the head of the
All
charge.
those ingredients together.
wind
Party
catching her
indeed.
cloak.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Broadcast tower first. If we control
I'm
the
probably making
airwaves,
Casper
we
more
control the
hungry.
message. Then the palace. You sure? Red asked, adjusting his belt.
I went
She
into the
turned
shop
to him.
today to work on sheep
I
and wool
need you
stuff.
inside that tower
And
with
so
me.
when I got back,
I'm
I
not
was
one of your
pretty,
soldiers.
pretty
You're not,
tired because I was.
She said,
I
stepping
spent
close,
most of
her
my
voice
time.
quiet.
Well,
You're
going
more.
back and forth in front of
You
either
kept me
a
alive
belt-
when I should have died.
A bandsaw.
You made me believe I
or
was more than just a ghost.
He
He didn't answer at first.
So
Then,
I was
all right.
pretty tired, and then I had to
Let's
run to
take
the
your
store
damn throne.
after work. So
They breached the city
Had
like
cinnamon
thunder.
rolls, Casmer.
Explosions rocked the outposts as
Feel
gliders
free.
screamed through the upper districts.
Tess, you're gonna make it.
Rebels surged through
you're
the
gonna make him
streets,
envious.
ducking blast fire, knocking down statues of false rulers. Sarah
Casper, we
Wyan
have
led
some
from the
gyoza.
front.
You could put some in the
Red
microwave.
stayed at her side, shotgun barking, his arm
I'm trying to
bleeding
think
but
what else we
steady.
have.
The resistance pushed
Casper's
into the
hungry, and I
tower's
feel
base,
guilty 'cause I-
climbed the stairwells
I
under
was
fire,
like, this is what
reached
we're
the
gonna have
top
for dinner
just
because
as
I don't feel like
Dominion
making
officers
anything.
tried to purge the systems.
We should
Sarah
just went
Wyan's
lazy,
sword
but
pinned
it's
one
fine.
through the
It is
chest.
what it is.
And then her voice filled the city. People
Nah.
froze.
Fine.
Screens across
Feeling
the
guilty,
capital,
Casmer.
once looping Dominion propaganda, flared with her image. This world was stolen from us, she
They had
said,
a sale
calm amid
on,
firelight. And I have come to take it back.
On
Every
Sour Patch
word
Kids,
was
though, So I
thunder.
got him 2 bags of
Moments
those.
later, the palace gates fell.
Not a
By
hamburger,
nightfall,
though.
the war was
okay,
over,
ads in 5 minutes.
and the
friends.
wildfire reigned.
It will be the last ad
The
break for the
coronation
evening.
was held atop
yes,
the shattered
this one
palace,
will be the last ad break
beneath
for the
stars
evening.
that
So,
had not seen a wildfire monarch in
take
decades.
the opportunity to
Sarah
stretch your
Wyan wore
legs,
ceremonial armor
refresh your
stitched with
drink,
the
get
old
that
sigils,
hamburger.
her fur brushed
You know,
clean,
Casper, you got
her
plenty of
eyes
time.
glowing brighter than
Or
the
the ads
flames
are over.
surrounding the great square. When
I
the
just hit
people
the
shouted
buttons
her
to get
name,
you
it wasn't
snacks.
fear that
After
followed.
that, you're on
It
your
was
own.
hope.
My suggestion
Beside her
was
stood Rhett.
nachos.
No armor, no crown.
Oh, I have
Just a
cat
man
on me.
with
Nice,
old
Taz.
wounds and new
Casper,
purpose.
I know.
You said I'd
nachos.
get something no
Bellman and-
human woman could give.
They're nachos.
He murmured as the crown was lowered onto her head. Sarah
We do
Wyan
have all the
smirked,
fixings
her
for
tail
nachos,
brushing
I
against
think.
his leg.
Casper's
I
got
wasn't
salsa.
lying. And as the
Don't have
people
sour
roared
cream,
and
but
the
I do
fire spread
have-
through the
I have
skies,
loads of
not in
cheese.
destruction,
Ooh, cheese.
but
Casper,
rebirth,
there's cheese
Sarah Wyan
downstairs.
turned
You
to
could
the
have
galaxy and
some
declared,
of that.
not as a fugitive,
I think I have
but
it
as queen.
opened.
And Rhett? He simply took her hand. And stayed.